Good morning. This is Missy Lynne with FeloniesandPoppyseeds, and I had posted that I'm going to do a live on spiritual awakening and grief. And this is just a little prerequisite I wrote out and I wanted to read to you guys today. I'm going to try to do my live tonight. Last night was a rough night with the kiddo. So I will announce for sure when it will be after I get some rest. But for starters, I wanted to define spiritual awakening. So the definition of spiritual awakening is as spiritual awakening is a term given to describe a subjective experience in which an individual's ego transcends their ordinary, finite sense of self to encompass a wider, infinite sense of truth or reality. So that is the definition of a spiritual awakening. So it's coming into a wider range of truth. It's coming into a larger space frame of reality, and it's not being closed off anymore. It's coming out of our conditioning. And so this is what I wrote down last night. Believe it or not, the death of a loved one can bring on or accelerate a spiritual awakening. Tragedy alone can onset a spiritual awakening, not to mention something so emotionally traumatizing as a death, or 3, of your children. So what the fuck do I do with this information? So grief can bring on a spiritual awakening. What do I do with that? In Jim Toll's blog, Jim Toll, Tolles, he writes a blog he has been writing for years on awakening, and I found one that has to do with grief and awakening together. So in Jim Toll's blog, he states one way to view it is that your awakening is your last gift from your departed loved one. So essentially, my awakening is the last gift that Colette gave me. And that really resonates with me because her and I talked about this sort of thing all the time together, and she was very much intuitive and into the broader spectrum of reality. And that was who Colette was. And so to put it in those words is very helpful to me that she gave me this gift, because a lot of times I feel guilty, like when I have these moments of joy or these visions or whatever it is, I feel guilty that I'm experiencing this without her. But if I reframe it, and put it in the way that she gave this to me as her last gift, it's easier for me to accept. If you have been on this journey for 10 years or even 10 weeks, just 10 weeks, you probably know by now that it brings so much to your life. Along with the good comes the scary. Along with the scary comes the blissful moments, and then guilt. But to be able to look at it through a lens of it being my daughter's gift to me helps a little sometimes. Many times, this brutal awakening is such a strong jolt, it comes with gifts. Gifts you already had, of course, but it expands your sight. Maybe it's because you're searching for an answer on the loss. As we have all been conditioned around death in one way or another. Or it could be that your connection with your loved one is so strong that it still holds through death. Death doesn't end the connection. So me seeing her, me hearing her whisper in my ear, the things that I have, it's only happened maybe 3 times. But that connection is still there. And then when I was not doing well at all, she showed me her beautiful face in the sky, a vision of her smiling. And that smile said, everything's going to be okay, Mom, basically, including her daughter, Penny, who I don't get to see anymore for no reason. So in knowing that she knows that everything's going to be okay, she's seeing the broader picture, which is helping me see the broader picture. So I've always been an empath, but the intuition and the reading people's energy has definitely accelerated since Colette's death. Um, I don't know if it was something that I just was completely blind to, or if, I just didn't accept it. But I can clearly see now, what being an empath is, what it means, what it looks like. And I can see that people have gifts. Every human, everybody has gifts. It just takes time or a moment or an event to kind of bring them on. So, what I'm finding personally is that I am not only able to read people's energy, I can sometimes get through like with words, even, like feel their energy, feel their vibe, and also sometimes hear words. And I'm not wrong, like my partner and I will practice, or my daughter and I even, and I'll know what she's thinking. They'll ask me, okay, I'm thinking this whatever, and they'll have me guess, and I don't guess, I can feel it. And so that is a gift that has come with this death/awakening. And that gift can be very helpful in grieving, because if you can actually channel or contact spirits, then you have that doorway to your loved one. And that is why oftentimes death brings on spiritual awakening. So this is what I'm going to be speaking on, and a lot more in depth, that I'm going to be doing it live. And I will announce when very soon. I'm going to go lay down, and I will talk to you all soon.